Hello and welcome to Jackson's Job. Let's learn how to bake this chocolate spice cake. Here are the ingredients you'll need if you want to follow along. Please preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius and let's get started. In a small saucepan, we're going to put in a half a cup of cocoa powder, 40 grams. To that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 grams, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 2 grams, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, 0.5 grams, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2.5 grams. We're going to mix this together and then we're going to add in some water. We need a half a cup of water, 120 milliliters. If you want to speed this up, you can add hot water. Next, you want 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 120 milliliters. If you don't have buttermilk, you can make a substitute, but I do recommend a buttermilk for this recipe. If you need a substitute, I'll give you a link below. Stir this until it's well combined. At first it doesn't want to mix together, but then it will eventually come together like this. We're going to heat this on a low heat and let it simmer about 5 to 10 minutes, stirring it occasionally and never letting it boil. While that is simmering, we're going to mix together 1 cup of flour, 150 grams, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 150 grams, and a half a teaspoon of baking soda, 3 grams. Next, you're going to need a large bowl to mix everything together. We're going to add 1 large egg, 50 grams, and we're going to mix this together until it starts to scramble, and we're going to add in some oil. We need 1/4 cup of oil, 60 milliliters. You can use any type of oil you like here. You can use canola, olive, vegetable, even coconut oil. Once you got that mixed together, put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 5 milliliters. Use a good quality vanilla if you have it, and if you don't have any vanilla, you can leave it out of the recipe entirely. Now we are going to slowly pour our milk mixture into our eggs, and we want to do this very slowly at first in case we overheated that milk. We don't want to scramble our eggs. So just gradually stream it in and whisk constantly to cool it down in case you got it too hot. Now if you just simmered it on low, it should not be too hot, but do it anyway just to be on the safe side. Once it's all combined, you're going to add in that flour mixture from earlier, and then you're just going to beat this until it's smooth. Now you can use a stand mixer or a hand mixer if you want, but I have found by using a whisk in your hand you get a more tender crumb. Once it looks like this, we're going to put it in an 8-inch square pan that's 20 centimeters, and you want to make sure to butter and grease your pan or use baking spray. Give it a few taps and bake this 30 to 40 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. It should start to separate from the edges and you'll see a few cracks on top. That's okay because you'll cover it with a glaze and you won't know they were there. The center should read between 190 to 210 degrees Fahrenheit or 88 degrees Celsius to 99 degrees Celsius. Let this cool completely and then you're going to make your glaze. In a small bowl or a measuring cup, measure out 1 cup of powdered sugar, 125 grams. To that, add 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, 5 grams, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1.25 grams. Mix this together with 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk, 15 to 45 milliliters until you get the consistency you desire. If you want it really runny, just keep adding milk 1 teaspoon at a time until you get the right consistency. I like to add the full amount so that you get a really nice thin glaze. Then you want to let this harden until you slice it. It takes about an hour. And this is what the cake looks like in the end. It smells really fragrant, it's very tender, it's light and moist. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy baking.